Hello. Let's see if anybody pops on. I'm gonna wait and see if anybody pops on for the video. I could share this, I guess, too. I should, well, but I don't have time, so forget it. I guess everybody's busy, or no one wants to watch this. Okay, what I wanted to share today was, I get this sometimes when I start working with women when they call me and they're like, kind of going through what they eat, and then I kind of go, okay, these are some of the things that are probably not the good things, right? This is where your weight gain problem is. This is what's going on, why you're craving the sweets, why you're craving the breads, why you're craving those things, why you can't sleep. Hello, Kelly. So then they go, well, what do you eat? Like, how can you, what if I get hungry? And what about, why can't I eat these breads and stuff? Well, because your body works differently. Like once you hit over 45, because your hormones are fluctuating, and insulin is a hormone, guys. Insulin is a hormone. So there's so many hormones that are going on that are working. They kind of domino, right? And so they all work intricately with each other. And so, you know what you could eat in your 40s, 30s, 20s, 30s and stuff, you can't. It's not like you can't eat them. You can. They have a different result when you eat them. So when you eat certain foods now, what happens is they're converted right to fat because of the hormones, the way the hormones are working in your body. Now, does it have to be that way? No, because when you change what you eat so that you balance the hormones better, so they're not hyper, just think the hormones right now are like hypersensitive, and they will stay that way. I don't care if you're finished menopause, and you're like, but I'm 55, I'm 60, I'm finished, I shouldn't be going through this. If you have not helped to balance them, if you have not done things to change it, then they're still going to act that way, right? But when you take away some of those foods that cause the reaction in your body, that cause them to go right into fat, like food, so much of the food that you take in, when you stop eating certain foods, then your body begins to work better, balance. The hypersensitive, this is just such a simple way of saying it, the hypersensitive way that they react starts not to be that way anymore. So like I can have certain things now and they don't react like they used to, right? But the breads and stuff, they truly do when you eat them, the muffins, the breads and all that, because there's also a lot of sugar in those muffins, especially at coffee shops, or the cakes and all that. It's basically you're eating it, it's going right to fat, right to fat, right to fat, right to fat. It is not going for energy. And that happens a lot with the cooked oatmeal at this time too. So anything that's really high starch. Now I know oatmeal is high in fiber, which is fantastic. And it does have some nutrients. But it's also, when it's cooked, very high glycemic index, boom, right to fat, right to fat. So women go, oh my God, what am I supposed to eat? And now I want you to know that, of course, you eat just other whole foods. You cut way back on the starches. But the thing is that it's just because you're used to eating a certain way. You're used to eating a certain way. And so there seems like, what else is there? So you can imagine after 20, 30, 40, 50 years of eating a certain way, it seems, oh my God, I have no idea what to eat. It feels that way. Because now you're going to have to think differently also about meals. So often people think of meals as, oh, you need the meat, the potatoes, and then the veggies. And the veggies is kind of the afterthought. It's like a little bit of veggies, right? And they're usually overcooked. I'm trying to find good light. Overcooked and maybe not prepared that well, because we don't really focus on amazing ways to cook veggies or eat raw. So you need to think about meals differently. Food is to fuel our body. So it is to give our cells, which of course make up our organs and all this, and the organs secrete the hormones. So it's to really feed our body the exact nutrients it needs to thrive. So just think of a car. Our car needs oil changes. Our car needs certain gas. Without it, it would not function. Yet we are so open and willing to put like crap into our bodies that we would never put into our car, because our bodies can take way more. Right? Our bodies, and they don't just stop running in 2 weeks, right? They keep going, although not very well. So people who feel exhausted, feel really tired, can't sleep very well, get bad symptoms, have inflammation, feel aches and pains, get headaches, have allergies, food sensitivities, all of that is mostly all have to do with what you eat. And the starchy carbs in midlife, and especially the breads and stuff, which are, you guys, if you read the ingredients of any type of bread or anything that sits on a shelf, crackers included, you will see the junk that's in it. It's not real at all. So it's not even real food, basically. It's so highly processed. so that when you eat it, your body doesn't see it as food. So it's not feeding or fueling your body at all. So just think about that. It's not fueling your body. So how do you expect to have any energy if you're not fueling your body? How would you expect your car to run if you don't put gas in it? Right? But we do that with our body. So I highly encourage you to really think about food differently. So in my new 30-day program, I'm going to share every day what I eat so people can see. And it may not be what you think. It may not be like, well, you don't seem to eat. Like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, well, I'm fueling and I'm feeding my body the nutrients it needs every day, right? We don't need to think about what's for supper, what's a meal, what is balanced, what is this. Because I can tell you that the people eating conventional meat, starch, and little veggies, thinking that's a balanced meal, that's a load of crap, and that is a not balanced meal at all. If your main part of your plate is a huge amount of meat bought conventionally at a grocery store, pumped full of hormones, pumped full of dewormers, de-crap, or whatever, pumped full of hormones and all of that crap, that is not going to be real food. The hormones, the antibiotics, all the GMO grains that animal's been fed and injected with is going into your body, and your body is getting out of balance because of it. It only makes sense, right? And then when you consume too many starches, which are basically seen like sugar in this time, goes right to fat. Our fat is needed to store toxins in our body. That's our fat protects our organs by storing the toxins, keeping them away from the organ. So the more toxins you take into your body, which includes some of the stuff that's in the meat and dairy, are being stored in fat. So there's no way you will get rid of fat. Your body's protecting itself. Do I think it's that it may be another problem? Oh, I think I think you said something about tingling. Tingling. I have stopped eating meat, and I have been experiencing tingling in my fingers. Oh yeah, I don't think that, unless it's some sort of weird withdrawal or something, right? But it's not because, I mean, you need to, are you getting nutrients though, Kelly? I don't know what else you're eating. Because meat is not where you get like a lot of nutrients from. Meat is where you're getting protein from. Right? Meat is where you get protein from. You can get protein from plants. But I mean, we're talking minerals, vitamins, essential fatty acids, all of those things, right? Like really high quality, especially minerals. Our body needs minerals more than ever. So that's, what type of preservatives, or what type of packaged food are you eating? What type of canned food are you eating? What type of, all of that makes you salad dressings. There's so many chemicals. But it could be something about your body starting to do some sort of a detox getting rid of all the toxins that have been built up. That's hard to say too, right? Yeah, it's really hard to know. There could be so many variables, but it doesn't mean you're lacking meat, I would say. Maybe certain types of proteins, but you can get that. But it's really about, because it's not like you don't need to be concerned about what you eat, right? Not at all. You need to be concerned about what you eat. But I just want to let you know that most people that are out there who think they are eating good or eating better or getting lots of protein and all this may not be getting good nutrients, may be getting just a bunch of crap. That is not really doing them any good and only causing inflammation within the body, right? Like inflammation, the breads, the meats, the alcohol, certain grains, certain things, like inflammation, they're acidic to the body. If you're not eating enough of the good high alkaline foods, right? I think someone else commented something. I can't really see. The comments disappear so fast. So of course, yeah, I think she said B12. Get your B12 if you're a vegan, right? You take extra B12 for sure. Oh yeah, hungry. The hungry thing. It's so funny how people think it's so wrong to be hungry. Like right now, so I haven't really eaten. I've had a few almonds, a couple Brazil nuts, and I've had a little bit of this really good, completely clean energy bar thing that I buy. That's all I've had, and it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to go for brunch with my boyfriend, a friend of mine. But, people are freaking out all the time. I'm good if I'm hungry. When I feel hungry, I feel starving, right? It's okay to feel hungry a little bit. It's okay. You're not going to die. Right? You're not going to die at all. sometimes we need to let our, like intermittent fasting, we need to let our freaking digestive system have a break. We don't have to eat this, eat at that time, eat at this time, continually eating, especially if you're not exercising that much. Now, I've been sitting a lot. I have a lot of work to do. I'll be sitting a lot. I'm not out running marathons. I'm not out doing a lot of weight training. I'm not out doing a lot of that right now. So my body actually doesn't need as much calories as it may when I'm very, very active. So are you still eating like you are running a marathon? Are you still eating like you did when you used to work out? And it's not so bad to go a few hours, this is running, without eating, to actually feel like, oh, you know what? I think I'm feeling hungry right now, to actually feel the real sensation of hunger. Do you even know what that feels like? It's actually good. Most societies have cleanses or fasts in them. They're very, very healthy for your body. There is a difference between not eating right, so your body goes into starvation mode. That is a lot of times when women who are wanting to lose weight, they don't eat the right foods. The foods they eat have no nutrients. So when they don't eat often, their body's actually not getting any nutrients. When you do intermittent fasting or do things like I do, where I may wait quite a few hours to eat, then I eat foods that are high in nutrients. But I do consistently all the time. I'm always eating foods that are high in nutrients, but I also eat foods that aren't sometimes. So it's not either or. It's consistently I eat foods really high in nutrients. Sometimes I eat foods that don't have them, right? But yeah, the hunger is okay. The hunger is okay. When you go to give up a food, often it's something you might have been like addicted to in a way. And so you're used to that heavy feeling. You're used to feeling blah. You're used to feeling heavy in the stomach, heavy in your body, which actually helps us ground us. So it decreases anxiety. That's why comfort food makes us feel good too, because it actually, along with the chemical changes it does in us, it actually makes us feel heavy and grounded, which makes us feel safe and loved. So don't be so afraid to go a few hours and feel that hunger, feel that emptiness inside, and then go, yes, now I really understand. I'm going to fuel and feed my body now. But the difference is some people go, well, then I just eat too much, too fast of crap. That is self-control. That is you saying you can't control yourself. It's really about coming into and going, I know how to control things. I don't need to panic. I don't need to gouge myself or gorge myself. I have self-control. So it's, that is what's so important, even with emotional eating. People just feel they have no control. You do. And stop telling yourself you don't have any control, because that's only going to keep you in no control. Right? So there's a lot of layers to things, and we're so used to what other people have said, what society says, what our advertising says, how we've been raised with eating, telling ourselves what people tell us each day. So that's why I work on that through my 30-day program. We work on all areas, and that's why the shifts happen, and by the end of 30 days, you completely get it. So if you've been like searching and wondering and can't figure it out and gaining weight and not losing weight and not knowing what to eat and uncertain and confused and frustrated, then take my 30-day program, because in 30 days, you will get it, right? I don't understand why people don't want to do that, but that's up to everybody, right? It's like I don't know, you can try and figure it out, obviously, because I did all on my own. It did not take just 30 days, I'm going to tell you that right now. For one, I ate extremely high raw and clean for 1.5 years, right? Because I was trying to figure things out on my own, but I also chose to go super clean that way, and I became a raw food chef, and that's what I love. I loved those recipes, and I include some of the fantastic, completely nutrient-dense, hormone-feeding foods in my programs. That's also why you notice results faster. That's why, right? So anyways, my 30-day program right now is $197. You can get in. We start tomorrow, but don't worry, it's not too late. It is not too late. And you can also do 3 payments of $70, 2 weeks apart, or 2 payments of $105, 2 weeks apart, whatever works for you. So we work with what works for you, because I'm really passionate about helping women feel better, stopping the frustration and confusion, and finally getting to what feels right for them, so that their body can balance better, release the excess fat. When that happens, right? You could wait years to see if it happens, but it won't really happen if you don't change. It's not going to happen if you don't change, because you just stay in the same cycle. and same cycle. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get over if you don't actually make the changes. But yeah, don't be so afraid to be hungry. It's totally fine. Right now, I'm not eating till 1:45 now. I will be fine. I am safe. I'm perfectly good. My body's going to love me. And then when I go to eat, I'm going to just like enjoy every bite, enjoy every morsel, slow myself down, right? But that's learned. That's by practice and by learning. So all of those things are possible, totally possible. You can feel so much more free, so much more confident about what to eat, so much more confident when you go out to someone's house or when you go to a party or when you go to on a holiday. There's no more questioning. There's no more, oh my God, I'm going to mess this up. There's no more, I'm feeling so guilty. There's no more, oh my God, I just ruined everything. I'm going to gain 10 pounds, right? Ah, God, that is just so not worth it. I couldn't imagine living like that again. And you don't have to either. Not at all. Does anybody have any questions? That's very true. You've been feeling that hunger. Maybe because you gave up meat, Kelly, and meat is so filling. It's so dense, right? So make sure you're consuming a lot of good nutrients as well as healthy fats. Healthy fats are very, very important. And if a person is trying to not have healthy fats, then they are going to feel a lot lighter and stuff. Hey, Jen, I'm just about to finish up, but all right, my 30-day program, you guys, if you want in, we start tomorrow. I'm going to be doing, so they're already started. I've sent the information. It's not too late though. $197. You can pay in 2 payments or 3 payments if that works for you best. Message me if you want more info. On my page, Women Creating Healthy Lives, I have more info on it as well as links to go to. Okay, have an amazing day. Thank you guys for watching me live. I so appreciate it. Okay, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.